This is a tutorial which explores the use of chromatic mediants as standalone chords. Let's start by examining what a mediant chord is. What is a diatonic mediant, and what is a chromatic mediant? Diatonic mediant chords are built above scale degrees 3 and 6 of any octave scale. They occur naturally within the key. Chromatic mediants are altered or non-diatonic mediant and submediant chords. They have been somehow changed. There are two definitions for chromatic mediant relationships. A conservative definition, which allows for a total of 4 altered chords, and a more permissive definition, which allows for a total of 6 altered chords. For this discussion, we will consider only the conservative definition and focus on the 4 altered chords available to us. The actual conservative definition is as follows. A chromatic mediant relationship is defined as a relationship between two sections and/or chords whose roots are related by a major or minor third and which contains one common tone, thereby sharing the same quality, i.e. major or minor. Since that definition seems to be trying to be all-inclusive while using as few words as possible, let's clarify it by taking a look at the following graphic. This graphic is just a visual representation of our definition. We'll begin by using the tones from a simple C major scale as a reference. Looking at the diagonals, we see that the root of the submediant, A natural, is related to the common tone C natural by the interval of a minor third, while the root of the mediant E natural is related to the common tone C natural by the interval of a major third. If we now construct a triad using the submediant root of A natural, followed by a minor third using the common tone of C natural, and finally a major third using the mediant root of E natural, we build a minor triad. Conversely, looking at the opposite diagonal, when we reverse the quality of the roots of the diagonals, where the root of the submediant is now A flat, a major third in relation to the common tone C natural, and the mediant is an E flat, a minor third in relation to the common tone C natural, the triad constructed using the root of A flat followed by the major third of C natural and a minor third of E flat gives us a major triad. The graphic works equally well when working in major or minor keys. In the center of the graphic, we begin with the key in which we are working. Notice by the C in the center of these graphics, we are working in either C major or C minor. Take note that all of the chromatic mediants in each graphic agree in quality with that of the key center. In other words, if our original key center is major, all of the chromatic mediant triads are major. If our original key center is minor, all of the chromatic mediant triads are minor. To either side of the graphic's center, we see the diatonic mediants we are looking to replace. You can find a great number of musical examples where chromatic mediants are used as transition chords for common tone modulations. But in this discussion, I'd like to focus on a few of the many examples where chromatic mediants are used as standalone chords to add interest or a new direction to an otherwise predictable melody, or to make more appropriate the feel or emotion of the words to a song. Chromatic mediants are often used instinctively. In modern pop music, chromatic mediants are often used without the composer even being aware of it. Without effort, the composer just hears them. Let's take a look at 4 popular songs where the composers, having no formal musical education to speak of, intuitively use the 4 available chromatic mediants associated with a major key. The first is a Motown R&B number from 1964. This song was written in the key of B-flat major. The diatonic or naturally occurring mediant in B-flat major is a D minor triad, but the composer uses a D major triad in its place. I suspect that this is simply the chord that agreed with the music that he was hearing in his mind. I don't imagine that he knew he was using a chromatic mediant. The effect of the chromatic mediant D major in this song is to brighten the music and thereby brighten the idea behind the words. In this case, the chromatic mediant acts or functions in much the same way as a Picardy third provides a more uplifting ending to a piece played in a minor key. In the music to the song, the chromatic mediant is shown in red. Let's listen to its effect. This second example of a 1963 hit was written in the key of E major. The diatonic submediant in E major is a C-sharp minor triad. In its place, however, the composer substituted a C major triad. In this context, the chromatic submediant acts or functions as a simple neighbor chord, taking advantage of the voice leading, where the E natural serves as a common anchor tone and the B natural and G sharp, respectively, move smoothly away, then urgently back by half steps. Again, the chromatic submediant is shown in red. Let's listen to how this neighbor chord functions. Our third example is a repetitive little piece written as background music for a successful video game. It is written in the key of D major, where the diatonic submediant is a B minor triad. The composer has extended the triads to ninth chords, and he has replaced the submediant B minor ninth with a chromatic submediant B major ninth. As in the previous example, this chromatic submediant acts as a simple neighbor chord, where the melody is an arpeggiation of nearly identical tones, with the exception of the E natural moving down one half step to D sharp and then back again to E natural. This raised version of the chromatic submediant chord is shown in red. Listen to how this neighbor chord functions when used in the opposite direction from the previous example. Finally, in example 4, we look at a song from 1966. It was written in the key of B major, where the diatonic mediant is a D-sharp minor triad. But here, the diatonic mediant has been replaced by the chromatic mediant D major. In this instance, the lowered version of the chromatic mediant acts or functions as a passing chord. Look at the music and note the pattern that emerges in the chords. Beginning with scale degree 1, we move downward by a whole step to scale degree lowered 7, downward by a half step to scale degree raised 6, and end at scale degree 5. This is a very familiar pattern which occurs frequently in popular music. Unfortunately, the guitar is not famous for its ability to give emphasis to voice leading, so the pattern does not stand out so clearly. As always, the chromatic mediant has been shown in red for emphasis. See if you can pick out the familiar pattern discussed as we listen to the passage. It's difficult. You almost have to sing it to yourself. So, to recap, chromatic mediants are commonly used to facilitate modulation, but there are plenty of opportunities to use them as standalone chords to accomplish various musical purposes. Generally speaking, chromatic mediants are used as chords that take a songwriter's melody in more interesting directions than the more predictable directions afforded by diatonic chords. The aim of this video has been to introduce you to what chromatic mediants are and to provide a few examples of how they work in real music. I hope this aim has been achieved, at least in some small way. Thank you.